always support one another.
So I brought some examples with me for Joey since he doesn't know how to wash and condition. This is the conditioner I use. I knew he was going to say no because he didn't even bother to do his hair. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to another episode of Haire. Welcome back. All right, so we're going to be talking about the weddings. That's what the episode's called, the weddings. And then the reunion is showing at Sunday at 9 o'clock. As if we don't have work in the morning, so I won't have the review out to you till Tuesday, but I definitely at least watched the weddings over the weekend. I can't say overall before I get into the review of each couple. I can't say overall. This is one of the most boringest. Like at one point I was just like, I wonder if there's a way I can get a refund from Netflix. Like this is one of the most boringest seasons, like literally just dragging. They're dragging it. So we're going to go back. We're going to spend 5 minutes on each couple. So we're talking about Sarah and Ben. So that's where we left off last time on episode blah, blah, blah. So basically, Sarah, surprise, says no. She basically said that she would like her partner to be on the same wavelength as her. I wasn't surprised she said no. I was just surprised that y'all don't know how human behavior works. I knew off rip from in the pods when they were talking about politics and gender orientation, all that, and and Ben was just like, he was kind of neutral. I knew off rip it was going to be a no. I truly feel like we have this thing where we give more time to people who do not deserve it, and then we're short-tempered with people who we're supposed to be with, so I feel like this is a perfect example. Sarah, the perfect example of someone who will sit there and be, no offense, late 30s, early 40s and being like, dang, why am I so single? You gave people who you weren't supposed to give time. Ben was not supposed to have 2 more conversations after that. If it's really important to you that you have the same alignment on political views and, orientation, if it's really important for you, there would have been further discussion. But I truly feel like she was like, well, I want to get married. Let me see if he's cute. She said he was cute. She's like, okay, I can deal with this for a little bit. But every single time he kept telling her in a different font that he does not agree with her. And she kept going back like, well, I'm not sure. And Anyways, she left the wedding and she's like, oh, I'm okay. And her sister did not look surprised, which, I mean, the sister did, she did foreshadow from the last episode when she was like, oh, I don't want her to do it because everybody else expects her to do it. So she did pretty much like kind of hint towards it. So I kind of get it. I don't know how to feel about, because like he also said towards the end, like Ben was like, oh, well, hey, is there any way we can still date after, blah, blah. And I'm just like, it's still going to be the same result. When you're like, I truly feel like one skill that we have not learned, I mean, it goes for work too, but one skill that we haven't learned is that from the moment this person's a no, run. Like it should be similar to the response of your hand touches a hot stove. Ow! Same thing. The moment you feel like this is not a match, it's time to get up from the table. But us as humans, we have a tendency to be like, I mean, he is cute. It is pretty fun being in a relationship. Like, no, like get up from the table. Let's go. Let's leave. Okay. I also put down here as well, I feel like, like with the stories about Ben, like I said, everything's alleged. The TikTok stories, I mean, they do allude to it towards the end of like the preview for the reunion about, oh, there's more about TikTok. There's more stories that came out, but I truly feel like this is one of those cases where just too much time wasted, which I already said they were going to say no anyways, but like to actually see it come to fruition, I was like, okay, wow. I think with both cases, I feel like they're both going to be okay. I feel like Ben's going to get a lot of sympathy cat. I can't say that word. Ben's going to get a lot of sympathy cat. I feel like Sarah's going to get a lot of support from, like standing by her beliefs about someone who needs to be passionate about how they feel about BLM. And I feel like they're both going to do very well after this, after their breakup. But overall, boring couple. I almost didn't write them down at one point, but then they kept stuffing them down our throats. I still want to know like the timing, like where is the NDA involved? Because something about TikTok coming out before and then after. Like, how would they know? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, we're gonna go to Monica and Joey. First things first. Her sister is a hater. I'm sorry. I said what I said. Her sister is a hater. Hater. Anyways, but I have on here that her sister brings up, oh, well, you know, we were never really, you know, fond of your choice in men. You know, when you were in high school, you'd bring up, I was like, high school? You're bringing up something that happened almost 20 years ago? Yeah, she's going to have bad decisions. She's 15 years old. Like, I know people like that who I'm not friends with anymore, where they purposely try to remember you of when they had the most control, when they had something over you. Why are you bringing up high school? It's 2024 at the time of filming. It's 2024. Why are you bringing this up? This makes no sense, you know, but after getting to know Monica and falling for her myself, friend-wise, like, I see why her sister is mad. I see it. I see why her sister is mad. Like, Monica is one of those rare, like, I promise you, like, she's one of those women that she's not gonna stay single long. Like, just a breath of fresh air. Like, I don't see her cringy at all. Like, I truly feel like her spirit is just so bright. Like, she's one of those people where, like, you gotta wife her up and just take her away somewhere. like we don't deserve Monica. Like, Monica is like, she literally like has like such a childlike, not childish, childlike nature to her, where you just gotta put this person to the side. Like, their soul is so beautiful. And then, you know, and then she's tall and beautiful, like a model. Like, I see why her sister's hating. I get it. It's uncalled for, but I see why her sister's hating, because, like, to sit there and have someone like that next to you and they're your younger sister, like, I get it. I get that competition. I get that irritation. The dress that they have is beautiful. Like, the thigh out, like, chef's kiss. Like, I can't say it more, because as a tall woman myself, like, I know with getting dresses long enough to try to add material, whatever, I get it. Her raggedy sister looks good as well. Like, they did a really good job. They did a really good job of really, like, playing up her features. I really like what they did with her sister, which her sister is beautiful in her own way, but her heart makes her hideous. So they're going back and forth, and, like, her sister's like, oh, are you sure you want to be with him? I don't trust him, blah blah. Meanwhile, her friends are like, oh, she's beautiful. But one of her friends, one of her besties, he asks her, and he's like, hey, you know, you got to think about, does he make you feel secure? Does he make you feel validated? Is that enough? You know, and he's asking the good questions because he's not intimidated by her, and he's actually a good friend, like, unlike her raggedy sister. So we get to the wedding, right? And he has not washed his hair. So first of all, there's Hawaiian shirts everywhere, and I'm already mad. You already know I'm a fashionista. The Hawaiian shirts are already pissing me off. So he skateboards in, which I'm just like, I was wishing for him to fall. I ain't gonna hold you. Anyways, they're all wearing Hawaiian shirts, and he's wearing the King of Hawaiian shirt. Don't piss me off. And so Monica goes first, and she's like, you know, right now it's a no. I thought he was going to say no. I'm not going to hold you. This is one of the ones where I think I voted, like in my other video, I actually voted for them to say yes. And, you know, I can say I was surprised. I thought Joey was going to be like, oh my God, like, I've always cared for you, and I just bad at expressing my emotions. But me, if I could psychoanalyze, because I have a degree, I feel like Joey's not going to let any woman in, because he's still, his sister passed away, I believe so. So I just feel like emotionally he's not going to let anybody in, to the point to where it would lead to marriage. I just feel like he's going to be that cool bachelor that, you know, just chill, you know. Monica will be wifed up right after the show. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Monica is like, it's a dream. Anyways, but I feel just bad overall that, you know, he ended up breaking her heart, even though I know Joey, this is the one person I can definitely say on the show that was not doing this on purpose, was that I truly feel like Joey did not mean to break her heart, you know. It's like he did not mean to wash his hair as well. But I just feel like Joey did not mean to break her heart. I can tell he sincerely was just still going through the motions, you know. That's why it was so easy to put her, like, it was so easy to friend zone your own fiance. I know. It was so easy for him to friend zone her, because he knew emotionally he was never going to be able to go there, you know. But it just sucks, because, like, I just don't want Monica to lose her light, because this is something that could definitely take your light away. Just make sure, if you watch this video, just know, like, you are amazing. Do not change yourself. You're not too much. As well, I just feel like it was just really sad to see their storyline end like that. It felt very abrupt. It didn't feel like I got closure, but that's what reuniion's for, I guess, yeah. So we have Daniel and Taylor. Only stable couple. First of all, Taylor looks stunning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Taylor looks stunning. Daniel washed and conditioned his hair and brushed it back. Watching their love story, you know, aside from her thinking that he stalked her on the Instagram or whatever, like watching their love story, honestly, I truly feel like that is what, excuse me. Like, I truly feel like their story is what Love is Blind is really about. I feel like we've lost the plot. Like, they literally started off with just, you know, being friends, working up to it. And then, like, once they got outside of the pods, then they started building their bond. And she authentically, like she said, they went on a lot of dates, which I think is very important. I feel like going on dates is not just so you can show a picture to the Instagram, whatever, but going on dates is truly connecting with that person and doing an event together. Like, it's kind of like how I am with my friend girls. Like, I purposely make sure at least once a month, you know, like clockwork, you know, once a month I make sure we hang out just to connect, even if it's like we're at an event and we're just near each other, just to connect, because it's very easy to let the outside world, especially work can be very all consuming, especially what time of month it is. But I just felt like it was just really just an authentic love story. Like, I feel like their story really shined, and not because of the best of the crap, which they are, but like their authentic love story really shined. I just want to touch on that they actually did what they're supposed to do, because come to find out, they haven't even did the do, you know, so they're gonna do the do after getting married, because they end up saying yes to each other, which is duh, you know. Also Daniel's sister, who is hard of seeing, is playing the piano. Listen, if Taylor didn't say yes, I was gonna marry Daniel myself. Like, that was so, like, in my heart grow three times as big. Like, I felt like that was so, like, I'm not trying to sit here and say that everybody else's wedding was trash, but this is one of the most beautifulest. 17 years of schooling, the most beautifulest. One of the most breathtaking performances I've seen in a while. Like, y'all don't know, as someone, I'm a pianist as well, like, y'all don't understand how hard it is to play piano without singing. Like, yes, you're not looking down, but like, to know, like, to be able to, like, she sung and she played piano, I was like, I got chills. Like, I'm getting them right now. Like, if you look closely, like, I got chills from it. Like, their performance was so touching and beautiful. Like, just, they're going to be the type of couple that I can see them having a good 2 years to, like, travel, and then they're going to pop up with a baby, like, and then go into obscurity. Like, they're so, like, protect them. Protect Taylor. Protect Daniel. We're going to give them a couple name, but yeah, there wasn't any drama attached to it. They showed the reception, which I do have a question, a side note question. I'll add that into my reunion review, but who's paying for all this? Because what if they already paid for the time for the reception and they actually said no? So it's like, cut the DJ D-Rat, cut the beat. Like, who's pay? Like, I do want to know, like, who's gonna pay for this? I do want to know, like, who's gonna pay for this if it doesn't go through. But yeah, like, just seeing both sets of, like, they're literally, I'm not trying to say that the standard, but when I think of marriage, like, I really think of two people truly, their families really coming together. Like, I know they're going to have a crazy support system when they do decide to have kids, but also in general, like, I think the reason why a lot of marriages are failing is because there's no examples around. There's none. Like, it makes sense why there's more, and it's not solely to Black women's. Chill, like Jesse would say, Black women's, but it's mostly in general. It makes sense why there's so many women who have a kid and that's it. Like, that's what you've seen modeled. Like, I can tell you, I can maybe name on I can name 4 fingers of married couples who are still married to this day. You know, I'm coming from that. I can sit there and be like, oh, okay, I want that one day, you know, but baby mamas who don't have a man, I can find 20 of those right now easily. Okay, 20 of them, not even thinking. just name them off top. It's very easy. So it's just like they both have, on both sides, have two parents who have been married for a while. So it definitely is going to be a good example. I can see them getting married for a very long time. So last but not least, we have Devin and Virginia. Devin has no lineup. I posted this to the Love is Blind group on Facebook about how Devin doesn't have a lineup, and people were like, oh, he's fresh. And then I saw that they were melanin lacking, and then I was like, okay, you don't know what a lineup is. A lineup? Listen, okay, as someone who has two brothers, I can tell you this. I know when a man has a lineup and when he does not. Okay? That was not a lineup. All right? That was not a lineup. That is not a wedding lineup. Okay, that is not a wedding lineup. Like, it's kind of like with wedding weave and wedding. That was not. Anyways, Virginia's makeup artist, come to the front. She looked breathtaking. Oh my goodness! Like, Virginia's already a beautiful woman, but the makeup artist, like, literally, like, when we say we want our makeup done, that's what we're talking about. Perfect color, perfect shade, perfect eyeshadow, and it was a neutral look, and I knew it took hours, but just breathtaking. The hair, everything, like literally the glam team ate down. Not even close. Okay, not even close. I literally have on here too, makeup artist step to the front. The dress was beautiful. It was like a off the shoulder, I believe. That was beautiful as well. So basically they walked down the aisle, and a lot of people were giving her pushback about her bouquet, and I was just like, child, y'all need to relax. It's fashion. Like, I know what she was trying to do, but that's something I would have had for just a reception. I would have had a simple bouquet. It's very distracting. It's just like, do you? And then, like, here's Virginia with a giant, like a giant thing, like, in the way. I was like, what is even going on? But yeah, it was not, it was very distracting. Anyway, so focus. So we get down there, and like, they both say their vows to each other, and back and forth. And so, the vows are very sweet. It was like, oh, I found my person and blah, blah, which I'm not going to be mean, but we need to stop overusing that phrase of I found my person, because that's very rare for you to truly find your person. Sometimes we get like an 80% or 70% match, but to truly find your person, that's by God. I ain't gonna hold you. It's rare that we don't mess up that person, by the way. So after the vows, Virginia speaks, and she says, I'm not ready. And the crowd goes quiet. Baby, I was not expecting that. I put them down as yes. Like, my yeses were Daniel and Taylor, and Devin and Virginia. Those were my yeses. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that, because I get it. They had difference in opinions, because Devin's family votes more conservative, and Virginia's family is more Democratic. And I get it. You don't want to, especially to even bring, heaven forbid, bring kids into that situation. You want to make sure you guys are on the same page before kids are introduced, because kids will make you draw a line in the sand very quickly. I don't know what it is, but they will make you draw. Like, you can kind of be coasting, but once the kids come in there, line in the sand. But Devin crying was heartbreaking for me. Like, I felt like I was watching a little boy cry, and not in a bad way. More like, I felt like he was crying from his soul. Like, I hurt so bad for him. I really did. Like, and I know you'll be thinking I'm mean on this show, making fun of people. But this is a human being, and like, to do all that, and just hurting, like, his mom was breaking down too, and I just feel like he signed a prenup and everything. Come on now. But I can definitely say that Devin's not innocent as well. Like, if you knew that you're more conservative, and she's more Democratic, like, and it's really big to y'all, like, you should have cut it off beforehand. I ain't gonna hold you. Same thing with Virginia. Like, you were so pressed by the prenup, but you was really pressed by the politics, other P words. So they're pretty much done. Devin, I think Virginia was like, oh, I don't want to date, or blah, blah, if they want to go after that. But it was heartbreaking to see him cry, because like, it was authentic. It wasn't like a fake, like, you put Visine in your eyes, like Buddy from the last season, but it was an authentic, like, I could tell, like, his heart was like in pieces, But we'll have to see, because towards the end they show like a preview of the reunion, and they're just like, oh, actually a text was sent by Devin's ex, and a text was sent about saying Devin did something, so maybe he's not as innocent as we allegedly, maybe he's not as innocent as we thought. But I don't know, I thoroughly enjoyed myself during the weddings, because I was like, it's over. It's over. I feel like this is the longest season of my life. Like, I done got a niece and a nephew by the time this season's over. God dang. But yeah, overall, I just feel like the weddings are getting cheaper. Like, it's like the venue looks very much, it's giving brokey. It's giving brokey. But there's something to be said about just overall, like, just how they're doing the weddings now. But definitely, for sure, I get they have to wait till they get to the altar, but something about that premise is just sending me, because it's just like, you could literally be getting all that. Like, I'm not putting these lashes on and this makeup on if I'm about to say no. Like, I'm not gonna waste his face, all right, period. Like, I'm not gonna waste his face. That would have been me. I know I consider and say I'm shallow for that, but I'm like, so you put on all that makeup, you put those hair extensions, and you straighten your hair, and you're just like, Ashley, it's not right now. I would have came in there with my bonnet on. I'd have walked down there. Hey, it's not you, fam. And then I would have walked home with my slippers on. Like, that would have been me. Like, you talking about get all this makeup and then I gotta go home? I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to Aldi's. I'm going somewhere. Someone's going to see this face. Someone's going to see it. Anyways, but stay tuned as I discuss the reunion tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire Haire.